This is Sarah Stratton with news from the National Indigenous Spiritual Gathering. Today, delegates met to discern the shape of a new National Indigenous Church organization. Discussion focused on a proposed statement of purpose addressing governance, healing programs, mission support, real property, and Indigenous justice. In addition, Keewatin Circle presented a proposal calling for the creation of an Indigenous region for the United Church of Canada. This was offered not to replace the work already done, but to build upon it. Both these proposals are deeply rooted in the calls to action of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. The morning was spent in open discussion, continuing from the previous day, but seeming to move towards a consensus. As the morning drew to a close, most in the room reached consensus as they walked the circle at the center. This new council will now discern how both these documents find life in the Indigenous Church and the United Church of Canada as a whole. Not all were in agreement, however, and the council will need to work with those communities of faith that were not a part of the consensus as it discerns next steps for the Indigenous Church. The day concluded in worship, where the National Elders Council was installed and the All Native Circle Conference Bundle was passed for them to care for. It was also a time to honor new ministries and those who have brought the Indigenous Church to this point. The new National Indigenous Council was also installed in this service and will now begin its work. Members of the Self-Determining Indigenous Church are heading back to their homes from Quebec to British Columbia. There's much work ahead and determination to do it in a good way. And that's it from the National Indigenous Spiritual Gathering.